All right. So, everyday business guru, right? Again, you have expanded from, just you being in business by yourself, right? Until now actually having business partners. But I want to talk about the employee effect, if I can deem it that way. You know, Oftentimes and sometimes people go into business, they want to hire people that they like. But just because you like them doesn't necessarily mean that they're competent to do the job.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a two-part question for you, which is, how do you go about hiring the right people? Okay. What's your recipe? What are you using to try to hire the right people for your various companies? But I want to specifically hone in on this one. Let's talk about hammerheads.
All right.
The second part of the question is, you as the CEO or one of the leading business partners, you all have the vision for the restaurant, where you want it to go. How important is it to have also an integrator, some individual that understands the vision, they buy into the vision, and then they also can help to go and hire the right people? Now, he's behind the camera right now, but I'm particularly thinking about Justin.
Yes.
Right? And just a little bit that I know about him and the role he plays with the restaurant. Talk about hiring the right people, but also having an integrator that understands the vision, that also can go and do the leading to hire the right people.
I think hiring the right people is important, but it's hard.
Okay.
I go off of passion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's opportunity. So when it came to Hammerheads, I knew we needed essentially 2 to 3 people.
Okay.
Like, to be in like a leading role to understand what was happening. So, and I handpicked 2 people.
All right.
And so the rest falls on me and the other partners.
Okay.
But when it comes to staff, I think it's a learning process.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody comes from different backgrounds.
Sure.
And they also have different needs.
Yeah.
Like, are they working because they just want money?
Mm-hmm.
Are they working because, like, I need something steady, pay my bills, I love doing this? That's what you have to start. You have to learn it. You don't really learn it in the interview process.
Sure.
Because everybody's on their best behavior.
And I'm sure they all want to make some money.
Correct, yeah. And we're here to make
Sure.
money. And, like, you're telling, like, we want you here to make money.
Yeah.
But it's ways to make money.
Okay.
You don't make money just because it's out there.
Mm.
Like, some people sell themselves short, or they'll do whatever to make the money.
Okay.
Like, I don't want people who's doing whatever to make money.
Yeah.
I want people who want the good money. Like, if you hear that, like, let's just say this. If you're in desperate need of money, guess what you're going to do? You're going to steal from me.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to steal from the company. You're going to mislead the customers.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to probably, which essentially stealing from me in the business, give a discount when it's not needed.
Okay.
So they can maybe give you a bit better tip or something.
Uh-huh.
So you got to weed them people out.
Okay.
And you got to find the people who have a heart. Even if it's their second job, because sometimes that's what it is. Like, but hey, like, nah, I need this because I got said kids.
Mm.
Or I'm a college kid. I need to make sure I got money to buy food or put gas in the car or pay cell phone bill or something like that. So you want people who have good intentions.
Okay.
When they're coming in. And I never really, I'm gonna say this, I don't judge people,
mm-hmm.
but I watch them. You have to, as a leader, you have to watch. I got to see what you're capable of.
Okay.
And, and use discernment to say, like, you know what? They're going to be good for us.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes people are good for just a season.
Yeah.
And you got to let them go.
Yeah.
It's not about hard feelings. It's like, nah, you was just good for that season.
Yeah.
You know, and some like they'll buy in, and then some they'll buy out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think it's a process of elimination.
Okay.
And it's also people seeing your heart.
Okay.
Like if you see that I'm going above and beyond, you know, like hey, just because I'm the owner, I still come in sweep.
Yeah.
I still come wipe tables off.
Right.
I still could come in the kitchen and cook.
Right.
I start showing you that I can do these things. It might put a little pep in your step and be like, oh, you know what? I'm very much expendable. Because he coming in doing exactly what I'm doing.
Right.
He might not need me if I'm not doing what he wants.
Yeah.
So.
And not only do they see you putting skin in the game, you're upholding a standard, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I just ordered a meal tonight, but I got to pay for it. And I'm family. And you got a standard where even when family comes to the restaurant, they have to pay.
Yeah, they have to pay. And, like, I'll just say, like, it was a time, something my mom wanted.
Uh-huh.
In a moment, and it was like, and I just told him no, she can't get it. She don't come before the customers.
Yeah,
you know. So it's still like it's you have favor for being around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like so, let's just say we're not there tonight, but we are ordering something and they bringing it over.
Yeah.
All right, but if let's just say it was a secret menu item that we haven't released yet, like yo,
yeah,
Mike, you want to try that?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, you can try it. But you gotta remember it's all business.
It's all business.
It ain't about being family. It ain't about being friends.
It's all business.
It's business.
Mm-hmm.
My mom just left here.
Yeah.
And I just got the email on one of our breaks. She spent $46 at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So I essentially paid for it.
Yeah.
But she went there and paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
For, her meal.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't just, because you family, you get freebies.
Right.
And I think that's a part of black business that friends and not even just friends, customers.
Yeah.
They come in, they look for the discount.
Yeah.
Because of favor, of friendliness. Right. And it's like, nah, treat me like Steak 48.
Exactly.
Or whatever place it is,
Mm-hmm.
Treat me like you're going to treat them.
Yeah.
So I'm not with the favoritism.
Yeah.
When it comes to business.
So talk about the latter part of that question, which is, again, having that integrator, right? That individual who understands the vision, has fully bought into the vision, is just not an employee. Mm-hmm. And that they can, as the CEO or one of the leading business partners, as I understand, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not necessarily in the day-to-day of the hiring of the people, right? So again, talk about the importance of having an individual who can help integrate the vision, but then go out and hire those right individuals.
I'll just say you have those. I have that person.
Okay.
And they do that well, but they know I'm going to fuss at them. Okay. If they don't do it well.
Okay.
It's all about accountability.
Yeah.
And so you want that person to be hands off. Mm-hmm. As much as I'm hands off, but I'm on. Mm-hmm. I'm alert. I know what's going on. Yeah. I'm active. I'm present. But when I'm not present, I don't have to worry. Okay. So having that person in place to do those things, and I'm being honest, I was in the beginning, I was doing the back end stuff. Yeah. But I started training that person to do the back end. Now that person does the back end where I don't have to do a lot of the back end. Mm-hmm. I can come in and just nitpick, make things a little fresher. Yeah. Whatever. If I start seeing clutter or something, all right, cool. Let's take some of these menu items out on the employee side that they see. Okay. Where they just seeing currently what we're offering. It's things we took away from the menu, or that we're gonna bring back, but it's not active. Let's make it disappear right now. Mm-hmm. Or the customer menu, knowing how to operate those things. So to me, I'm always gonna learn what's going on. Yeah. But I don't want to have to do everything that's going on. Yeah. So having a valuable person that can do that for you is essential. Yeah. It alleviates a lot of stress, but it don't make it where you get that person, you get lazy and that ain't my job no more. Sure. As leading partner, whatever it is, you always want to make sure that you have a person in place.
Yeah. And from what I know about you is while you are one of the business owners, is still, as you just talked about, knowing the operations of the business. And I think that's critical. I was just reading an article today, and it was talking about really everything that's going on with the airlines, with Southwest Airlines, and it was talking about how the initial owner, Herb Keller, I think that's his name, he was very hands-on, and he was concerned about the operations, right? And he was in the trenches, and how he was basically, he listened to his employees. And then as he retired, I believe in 2004, it went to an owner who was just really all about what are the financials.
Yeah.
And he became hands off of the operations. And as the employees were trying to tell him, like, our systems, they're not ready for where we're going. And then he retired a few years ago, and they've got this new owner in, and he's more back to being hands on as far as the operations are concerned. And so what we're seeing today, even with potentially the Southwest, is like, it's a lack of leadership that is really, yes, leading from the top, but also knows the ins and outs of the business, right? The operations, the backside of things. And I think that's one of the things that you do well, is leading, but like you said, I can easily get in there and work.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I know what's going on. I know the operations of the business, and I think it's going to bode for you all to have long-term success.
Yeah, and that's what you want, though. You want to be hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know the financials, yes, but you want to be hands-on, like, because it's going to be, as we're speaking about employees, they're not trustworthy at times, They'll come in depending on what they need in the moment.
Yeah.
If they need to take off because they want to go out of town, they want to take off.
Right.
So what happens if they take off or don't come in?
Mm-hmm.
I got to know what's going on. I got to be available to come in and keep things flowing. Like, it may help us save some payroll or something, they're gone, but I got to come in those moments, or my other partners have to be able to come in and make sure that we can still make this party go forward without them. So you don't want to just entrust everything on employees.
Yeah.
You as the owner, you still want to be able to say, hey, you come in, I'm coming in, I'm showing you what I could do. And it helps with the mindset of the employee, because some of these employees, they'll come in for the moment and feel like you need them.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get an employee thinking, I need you, they in control.
Mm-hmm.
So to stay in control, you got to be able to show, like, hey, I like having you here.
Yeah.
I don't need you here.
Mm-hmm.
And that sometimes can be a negative when you say it out loud.
Okay.
Because people don't want to hear that. But that's what the reality of it. Yeah. I can still come in here and do the job that you have, but it helps me having you here. I want to pay you your worth while you're here, but never get too cocky to say, oh, now you need me, unless I need you. You know, like certain employees can say that.
Sure.
But you got to have the production behind you.
Yeah, exactly.
To prove it. But again, me as the owner, I'm going to recognize that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I preach freedom.
Okay.
Resources.
Sure.
Like, yeah, I'm going to give you a quality pay, but the real money that I'm giving you is in resources and freedom.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't micromanage.
Yeah.
And some places will. Bigger places will micromanage you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm giving you the freedom to make the choices. I hopefully have empowered you enough to say, oh, I know how to make the decision that it's going to flow with the business.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it don't work. Sometimes it do work. It just depends on the employee. Some employees you got to babysit them, holding hands.
Yeah.
Some you can just, hey, go out there, big wolf, do your thing.
Yeah.
Then some you got to, hey, I got to come in. All right, let me show you how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to come to your table, blah, blah, blah. But it's nothing wrong with those workers, but you have to identify how to deal with each person as an employee. Because all of them not going to take what you're giving and use it to their advantage. Some people abuse it. Even when you are too nice, they abuse that. So you got to know how to deal with them. You find the balance based on what that person is giving you.
So we talked about the people effect, the other effect that I want to talk about is the customer effect, right? So when I go to Chick-fil-A, I know what I'm gonna get, right? You know what I'm saying? When you go to certain industries, certain businesses, you know what you're gonna get. But Chick-fil-A, we know we're gonna get my pleasure at the end of the day.
Right.
So I want to still focus on Hammerheads. What is the experience that you're hoping that your customers get when they walk through the doors? You're a year in, and as you look at long-term success, what is that experience that you're hoping that can always be a staple, that when they come to Hammerheads, they know I'm going to get this type of customer experience?
At this point now, what I hope they get, smiles, great food, great drinks, fun times, great vibes.
Okay.
And that way they can walk out with an experience and say like, yo, they do it right over there. My idea for the experience for a customer is a blend of Chick-fil-A and Publix.
Okay.
You know, yes, if something's wrong, I want you to tell me. You know, I want the feedback to make us better. But you want the customer to give real feedback.
Sure.
You know, don't give me, oh, I just don't like onions. I don't want that feedback.
Right.
I want feedback like, yo, like, this is real tasty. This is, you know, this might be bland to me. Or, you know, I love the way you all played it, but, you know, maybe reduce salt or something.
Okay.
Small things.
Okay.
Like, you know, like, because we want to balance it out, but sometimes you balance it out for a wide crowd.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you get people like, oh, well, it don't have enough flavor.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you know, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you know, maybe just say, hey, can I get some more seasoning? And we can season it up for you to get it to your liking, but we can't just base it on your liking.
Right.
It's a big demographic that you're trying to fulfill happiness for. So, but for me, it's more just a great experience where you're able to come in, you're going to get smiles.
Yeah.
You know, our servers, our hostess, they're going to give you the information for us. You know, like, even if you're a repeat person, you know, us being a small business, we have the flexibility to change every day.
Yeah.
If we wanted to. So, like, you could have came in yesterday, but today we could change the menu completely. And you have to adapt to that.
Yeah.
You can't come in thinking like, oh, it's going to change. Everything's going to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
So even now, though, we have moved forward to like a branding of this is what you're going to get.
Okay.
All right. So like in the beginning, we played with a lot of ideas, like say the daiquiris. Now we have roughly 7 standard flavors every day. All right. 2 could be mystery flavors per se.
Okay.
But you know these 7 are going to be here every day. But guess what? Issues can come up.
Yeah.
Supply issues can come up. We may run out of blue raspberry. We can't have blue balls today.
Yeah.
It's gone. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But we don't have it available. Excuse me. We're letting you know it's not available. But if you look on the menu, say sold out. Accept our sold out notice.
Yeah.
Don't question the sold out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, accept it.
Because I'm that type of customer. I'll question it. I'll be like, you know, not your restaurant, but I go to a restaurant and be like, y'all sold out? Why y'all sold out of that? But I get what you're saying.
No, but it's a difference of question.
Yeah.
You can't question and say why you sold out. And, you know, we can say, but it's not to say, oh, y'all sold out?
Yeah.
Well, it must be because of this.
Right.
Or, you know, or that reason. So it's, you know, it's okay to question, but it's not okay to have your opinion think while we're sold out.
Okay.
And you run with that. Or better yet, when you leave me, you do a Google review.
Right. You're trying to demean them.
And say, oh, they were sold out of, they didn't have it.
Sure.
So, like, you know, and that's what we had a lot in the beginning. Let's just say we was mixing new daiquiris up. they take it as we don't have it. Then they get mad.
Yeah.
So now the way we have got a system with the menu where it tells you sold out.
Mm-hmm.
That way you know it's gone.
Sure.
But some people, they'll just leave. They'll leave with the intentions of coming for, let's just say it's breakfast. It's brunch time. They want dinner. And they'll be pissed off and leave and like, well, I went for a first lady and they didn't have it because it was brunch.
Yeah.
Well, we don't sell it during brunch, man. Or sir.
Yeah.
So like some people, those kind of moments, it's like that's not the narrative that people leave with their own narrative to make it feel like, oh, they're not good because of this situation that they didn't have what I wanted in that moment.
Right.
So if we sold out, we sold out.
Right.
It's not about really being upset. It's like, all right, cool. Well, I don't want nothing today. I'll be back the next day. When you having it again, cool. I'll come that day again.
Exactly. It's like what we talked about earlier. Give the same energy and grace to the other restaurant down the street, right?
Yeah.
Because if they're out of something, you may be disgruntled, you may be upset in a moment, but you're gonna go back tomorrow.
Correct.
So it's to give that same energy.
Yeah, get the same grace.
Absolutely. All right, so we talked about the people effect. We've talked about the customer effect. One more effect I want to talk about, which is really a big one, is this social media, this digital marketing effect. I think numbers say that 85% of the world uses social media.
Mm-hmm.
In the U.S., over 300 million people. Everything is technology, but technology continues to advance, right? From IG with Reels and now TikTok. Talk about twofold. Focus on your businesses and then branch out to those who are listening to the podcast, watching the podcast, who have a business. With all of these advancement in technology, how are you and your business owners staying adept, staying relevant, and still positioning yourself as a leader in the various industries you all are in? And what do you say to other small businesses who, they're trying to get a hold of social media and digital marketing, but they don't know where to start, or even if they do start somewhere, then there's a new change. How do they stay up to date with all the advancement in this digital marketing age? So the social media effect, talk about that.
Social media changed the game where old rules are no longer the rules.
Okay.
The rules change every day. So I'm gonna be honest. I'll suggest you tap into younger people.
Okay.
As I get older, I lose track with trending things, but I have people around me, or I'm in tune with my kids, my nieces, my nephews. They're keeping me hip to the trends.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I have to keep my ears and eyes open to what is hot. You go with the trends. Like, yeah, we have a way with us. We do food pics, we do flyers, things of that nature. We do the reels, we do video content, and we're trying to gauge an audience, right?
Okay.
To see what they like. So we've noticed lately people like food pics.
Okay.
And so that's what we're moving to more. Food pics, food videos,
okay.
Showing the process of getting it to the table. But it changes daily, but I'm going to just tell people, don't become a dinosaur thinking old ways. You know? So when you start thinking of what's new, it helps you.
Mm-hmm.
Social media is basically a resume for you.
Okay.
Also, it's a resource. It's a gift and a curse. As much as we have the social medias for the businesses, I feel more questions in my personal than the business.
Okay.
So when somebody know me, they come straight to my personal.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if they come into the restaurant, they haven't made it in. Oh yeah, y'all open today?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah. You have all this information out there, but people are still green.
Yeah.
They don't want to go to the page. They see I shared a story or something to show the food. If they clicked on it, they probably saw the hours that was open, what the name of the food was.
Yeah.
All of that. But they'll just, hey, DM me, Sean, what is this?
Yeah.
Just click the picture.
Right.
So, but that's a gift and a curse.
Mm-hmm.
Because if something go wrong on social media and I address it on my personal side, you tell me don't say nothing. Or you should have just left it for the business. And it's like, no, like, if you got access to me, you should appreciate the access. Don't abuse it. Don't limit me to talk about the food when you want to talk about it, or the business when you want to talk about it, or when something's going wrong and I say, hey, I address it on social media, now it's a problem.
Yeah.
So, to me, I use social media for what it is.
Okay.
Social media is for business.
Mm-hmm.
I give you a good resume. I give you a good resume for the business. I don't really tell you my personal opinion on social media no more.
Okay.
I give you positivity. I give you good quotes. I give you good feedback.
Yeah.
I encourage you. That way, when you come to my personal, like, oh, this a loving dude. He generous, or he nice.
Mm-hmm.
He always uplifting. That's what they want. Because now certain social medias, you can tap into like personality traits, like Instagram, TikTok. You can do that, but it's safe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's all resume. People just come to see, like, how you living. Like Instagram. Instagram is about how you live.
Okay.
It's becoming a marketplace. More Facebook to me is more marketplace. But Instagram is becoming a marketplace. You're selling, but it's really more of how you're living. You get to show, your everyday, because it's all video, picture. So something crazy happened, I might record it. Me in the car, I'm driving, what song I'm listening to is up there. My shoes or outfit or something is on there. What I ate is on there. I'm out of town, there go your pictures.
Yeah.
Holidays come, here go my family.
Yeah.
Birthdays come, here go the celebration. So you use it for what it's for. I've just went to personal side, more business. So like I used to be personal with it, where it's private, with circle of friends and stuff like that follows me back.
Okay.
But now it's customers.
Okay.
Once they know you or attach you to the business, they looking for your personal and they want to follow you.
Okay.
So it lets you know that they want to know about you, but again, if you allow them, they'll box you in to just be to their convenient. Oh, you the owner of such and such. You're not Sean. You're not a person anymore.
Yeah.
You just the owner of blah blah blah. So if something go wrong, you the owner. You can't tell me I'm wrong on social media, or you can't come on my post and talk to me when I say something about the business.
Yeah.
So you got to find the balance. I have a balance, but I like getting into it with people on social media.
Yeah.
When they talk about the business, it's not even getting into it. I like the clarity. I like to educate them. And that's what really it falls down to. Most people's not educated.
Yeah.
When it comes to the conversation of what they want to talk about. So when you educate them, and to me, it's like, yo, this is a good, transparent moment where in this moment you have access to the owner. Use it for your good. Don't just be up here like, oh, nah, you shouldn't be on my page and I'm talking about your business.
Yeah.
You should be like, yo, all right, you here? Let's have a great dialogue to resolve whatever issue I thought I had.
Right.
Give me the clarity. Clarify why the forks are plastic and not silver today. I can tell you.
Yeah.
And now you're like, okay, I get it. So it's a lot of access that we have with social media.
Yeah.
And the only people who use it for their good is kids.
Wow.
They use that access for their good.
Okay.
It exposes them to new stuff. So like I always tell people, kids, they're smarter than us when I was a kid, but they're still dumber than us because they don't have common sense. They don't have the experience with the access. We had experience with no access.
Yeah.
So now they just see a lot of stuff and they just run with that knowledge of seeing it, but they don't know how to apply it.
All right. So we talked about the people effect, the customer effect and the social media effect. I want to add for all of those who are listening and watching, if you ever come to Hammerheads, you heard from the man himself, the customer experience they want y'all to have. Mm-hmm. So if y'all don't get that customer experience, you know what? Maybe you get a free daiquiri or something. Yeah, you talk to Darius or talk to Justin or somebody. You get